Hi, so today I'm just going to show you how I manage my ginger. And I just want to say, this past month, hero for the animals, Sam Simon, died. And I didn't know about him until he died. And they made the memorial and the tribute. And actually he's done so much for animals, and he's a very, very funny guy. I wish I had known him. It seems he was also one of the creators of The Simpsons show and a lot of other TV shows. When I heard he died, I went online and looked at all the things he had done and his Twitter account as he was battling colon cancer, and he was very interesting. So I just wanted to share him as far as a real hero for animals. He has actually inspired me. We have a lot of, my dad had colon cancer, and so his story was very, very compelling. Very special person he must have been. I use a lot of ginger. I buy it in bulk, and then I freeze it. And you can refrigerate it, but it freezes really well. So I spend a morning or so, a few minutes, peeling it and dicing it and freezing it. So I just wanted to show you that. After this, after I stop talking, I will just put the film on fast forward, just so, because there's nothing for me to talk about and for you to listen to. And a lot of people, when I was giving my cooking classes, people would say, could you use ginger powder? And of course you can use that. You can use whatever you want. But if you haven't used ginger, people say, oh, I bought a little piece like that at the supermarket, and then they cut a little bit and use it. Per meal, I use about this much for 2 people for my various recipes. So about 2 inches. So I actually use a lot. We also have a lot of heart disease in the family, so I have read that ginger is good for that. And anyway, I use it because it tastes so good. It's just an FYI. So I'm just going to show you how I do it, and I'll put the camera on fast forward, because the whole idea is just so you see, you know, a real person doing it. Also, when I buy it, I buy huge bunches like this in a plastic bag, and I keep it in the fridge until I can cut it up, and it stays well there. So ginger is used in various shapes, you know, like all veggies. They seem to take a different taste on when you cut them differently. There are 3 common ways people cut ginger, and I'll show you those. So this is the first way people use it, little sticks, or they might use even smaller. Then there's small dices, finely diced. And fresh ginger cuts up really well, and when it's not so fresh, still fine. We try and eat everything. It gets a little woody, I'll say. But the taste is still fine, and the quality is still fine. Also, if you're in the supermarket and there's only a big piece, the convention in most supermarkets or places is, let's say you don't want to buy a whole piece, the idea would be that you just take off a piece and leave that. So I've seen that, and it's generally accepted. You might check at your local place or ask them how to get a little piece off, but generally that's the way. And then this kind of heals up, so it's not like taking half of a cucumber and leaving it open. It kind of closes like that, and then the next person comes along and just takes this piece. So it's totally fine. Ginger can be kind of hot sometimes, so you really don't want the pieces much bigger. So I'll make some coin shapes from a smaller piece. But this one, so this one, I think this piece will be good for coins, not so long. So here I'm just going to store them, which will go into the freezer. So these are my little julienne pieces. And of course I save my bottles for everything. And this will be for my dice, which I use the most. Now this will keep almost forever in the fridge, in the freezer I mean. And these pieces I will stick back in the freezer in a bag for another time when I can cut them up. I've kind of run out of time right now, but I just wanted to show you how quickly and how easily it is. The price varies for ginger, and so when I find some good juicy pieces at a reasonable price, I buy it up and freeze it. Okay, thank you. I hope you learned from this. Read about Sam Simon when you get a chance. He's quite a funny guy, and amazing what he did through his death, which at Mercy for Animals and at PETA too, and various other places. Thank you. Bye-bye.